Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. My name is Elise. Thank you so much for joining. So I know my voice sounds a little weird today. I'm actually feeling a little under the weather, but yeah, what can you do? I still really wanted to film to be able to get a video up for you guys this week. So I am going to be doing more of a fall type of look. Yeah, just something a little more deep and a little more dramatic than usual, but I'm super happy with the way it turned out and everything. So this is actually a different video than what I was planning on doing, but the other video I would have had to talk a lot more, but I will probably be doing that video for you next week. But yeah, so I just decided to go ahead and do this one for you. I didn't talk a whole lot in it, and I felt like I kind of just ran through a lot of the steps, but my voice actually hurts really bad right now, so I hope that you guys can bear with me. And if you're interested in seeing how I got this look, just please keep watching. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be doing is going into this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and I'm going to be taking a little bit of this just to go ahead and prime my face. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my Revlon PhotoReady Candid concealers, and I'm taking both shades 55 and 65, and I'm going to be using this just to use this underneath my eyes, both my eyes. I'm taking the lighter shade 55 right now, forehead and chin. Then I'm also taking the darker shade 65 Cafe, and I'm putting just a little bit underneath my eyes. That's the only place I'm going to be putting that darker shade. Then I'm taking this Real Techniques beauty sponge, and I'm going to just blend all of this together. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my cheek flushing tint from Revlon, basically like my liquid blush, and I'm just going to take the doe foot applicator and just put 3 little dots and blend it. And I also forgot to say that this was in the shade 004 Posey. And now I'm going to be taking this NYX Conceal, Correct, and Contour palette in the shade 03 Deep. I'm going to be taking those 2 shades right there and using them for my bronzer. I actually have been going for more of like a dramatic bronze here lately. I don't really know why the last few days I've been like kind of going in a little bit more heavy with my bronzer than I usually do. Then on my forehead, just to give it an overall even look, so it's not like just my cheeks are the only thing that are bronzed. Okay, move all of my little baby flyaway hairs. Put the rest on my nose, and then I also want to make sure I'm doing the bottom of my like chin area, and then with whatever is left over, I'm just rubbing that down on my neck. Now I'm going to be setting my face with my Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 235 Pure Beige. I just lightly set my eyelids, but I'm more concerned with setting the rest of my face. So all the places I put the concealer, but then also the places I put the liquid blush and cream bronzer. Okay, now I actually am going in with my brows before I do my eyes, and this is the Rimmel London Eyebrow Pencil in the shade 002 Hazel. I need to buy another one though because this is so tiny. And I'm actually really going to define my brows today. I've also been going for a darker brow look. I really like the way it builds up. So I kind of drew the line underneath, but then I also drew it on top just to make sure everything is getting filled in between. Then now I'm going to do the other side. So I'm drawing over, then following the arch down, and then going under, to really ensure you can tell the definition of the brow. and then just filling the rest in. So it is kind of a darker brow look than what I usually do, but I've actually really been liking this here lately. So now I'm just going to grab my spoolie and spoolie through my brows just to make sure I distribute all the product evenly. And I honestly haven't even been setting my brows just because I've liked the way they've looked so much without, or just on their own. So I haven't even been putting any brow gel on. Okay, now I'm going in with my eyeshadow, and I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Rose Gold Sunset palette. It is so, so, so pretty. Let me open it up so you can see it. I'm still not entirely sure the look I'm going to do with this. But yeah, I'm just excited to use a few of these colors. So of course I have to take my Wet n Wild eyeshadow brush. This is once again my favorite brush. I'm pretty sure I've used it in every video. But yeah, so I'm going to start off with actually this lighter pink shade, and then I'm going to build it up with this kind of tan-ish shade. They don't have names or anything, so I can't really read them off to you. Okay, now I've built this pink color up to how I want it, and I really actually like it. It takes a little bit to kind of build it up, but whenever it does build up, it looks really nice. So now I'm going to go in with this tan color right beside that pink shade, and I'm going to use that just to build it up even more. Okay, now I'm going to be taking this darker-ish brown shade. It's not the darkest brown, but I'm going to be taking this kind of darker brown. I'm just going to be taking it just about a quarter of a way to the halfway. And I also switched brushes, so I'm using this BS Small kind of like fluffier eyeshadow brush. Okay, now going back into this Wet n Wild brush, I'm not going to put any extra product on it. I'm just going to be using what's on here, and I'm just going to buff all of this together. Okay, now I'm going to be taking these next two shades. I actually really like them. I'm going to be taking this one first. It's not as shimmery as this one right beside it, but this is like a very pretty like cranberry-ish color. That's actually really good for fall. And I'm actually not going to be applying this all over the lid. I'm only going to be taking this about halfway, and then the rest of the way I'm going to be taking this shimmery color just to add a little bit of definition to that as well. So it's going to look more of like an ombre effect, because I already have the darker color. Then it's going to be this cranberry color, and then this like kind of brassy copper color for the rest of the eyelid. And I'm taking this flat brush from BS Small to apply this cranberry color. Okay, it's not looking as pigmented as I would like for it to, so I'm going to actually take my setting spray. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus setting spray, and I'm actually going to take that same brush I was just using and spray the brush just so it can pick up as much product as possible. Oh yeah, you can already tell how much is like gotten on there. Yeah, that makes such a difference. Now I'm going to be taking this smaller BS Small brush, and it is kind of flat if you can tell. So it's basically like a mini version of the one I just used. As you can tell, it's just like... So I'm going to be spraying this one as well, just because I want to make sure that I'm getting as much product as possible on the brush and on the lid. So I'm going to spray that. I'm just going to put a little bit on because obviously it's a small brush. Okay, now I'm taking this kind of coppery looking red toned color. Putting some all over the brush, and I'm going to put it on the inner corner that doesn't have any product yet. Now I'm taking the shade that had the cranberry color on there, and I'm just blending the two just to make sure that it's an even kind of cohesive, I don't know why I just did that with my hands, but an even kind of cohesive transition between the two. Now I'm actually going to take that color, the kind of coppery color, and use my finger to apply this. It applies really well with a finger, but also with that brush it does. Whenever the brush is like sprayed, it applies really well. And then I'm going to be taking the cranberry color with my finger as well. Also, somebody is mowing their yard outside, like one of the neighbors or something, so that's kind of loud as well. I hope you really can't hear that. Okay, now I'm going to be taking this darker brown color again on the same brush. It's the one I used, and I'm just going to reapply some of that just to kind of deepen it up a little bit, just to give it a little bit more definition. Now I'm just once again going to kind of blend all of this together. Now I'm actually going to take this brush that has the darker brown on it, and I'm just going to add on some of this lighter brown color and then the darker brown color, and I'm just going to put it all underneath my eyes. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my mascara, and this is the Essence Volume Stylist 18-Hour Curl and Hold Mascara. So this is what it looks like. I have the other Essence mascara. That one's in the purple tube, but this one's in the pink tube. And oh my gosh, guys, I love this one. This one has micro styling waxes. So I'm going to take a couple of coats of this on my top and bottom eyelashes. Okay, so I just finished the mascara. I did a couple of coats. As you can tell, there was a few like mishaps. And so I got mascara like kind of like all over my eyes, but it's okay. I'm going to show you actually a trick that you can use that actually is really, really good for this, to take off the mascara. I'm going to let it fully dry though, and then I will show you. I do actually remember this mascara being, the first couple times I used it, I do remember it being a bit messy, but whenever you use it after a couple of times, it does kind of, I don't want to say it dries up because I don't feel like that's the right term for it, but yeah, so this mascara is really good. It's really inexpensive as well. So yeah, this is my second tube of this, and I just love this mascara. One of my favorites, actually. Okay, so I now am going to go back in with bronzer, but I'm taking a powder bronzer. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette in 749A Dulce de Leche. So I'm taking this bronzer, and I am going to be using a little bit of that just to kind of deepen up my face. Basically, I'm just putting it over where I put the cream bronzer. On my nose, on my forehead, and this is totally optional. You could totally skip this step if you don't feel like doing this. Okay, so now I am taking my blush, and this is the Mary Kay blush in the shade Orchid. It's just kind of like a single blush, and I'm just taking some of that and applying that to my cheeks. I feel like this actually works really well with the eyeshadow today. Also to my nose, of course. Okay, so now for the little trick that I was going to show you to get rid of the little mess that I made. I'm going to be taking this spoolie, and I'm just going to be using that and lightly, because it's a little rough, like, so it can kind of scratch you and stuff, but I'm going to be using this and just lightly going over the places that have mascara, and usually it can come right off. And yeah, so you can already tell it basically all came off. So I just love this little like trick. I feel like it's so beneficial, and I literally use it all of the time because I tend to mess up my mascara sometimes, you know? That happens. But yeah, I love using this method rather than a Q-tip, because I feel like the Q-tip just takes off product as well, and obviously you don't want to mess up any of the hard work that you just did. Okay, so now I think the only thing I have left is highlight and lipstick. So I actually am going to be taking my highlight from this Profusion Pink Nudes palette, and it is in the shade Smashing. It's this one right here. I love this highlight so much. I feel like it looks really, really good on the skin. I know I said that last time. I'm pretty sure last time I used this I said that exact same thing, but yeah, it's true. So I'm taking just a little bit of that, applying that to my cheeks. I actually don't want a ton of highlight today. I'm just applying just a little bit. And that's it. That's like all I'm gonna apply. Okay, and now for lipstick, I'm going to be taking my Maybelline matte lipstick in the shade 660, Touch of Spice. And I didn't take a lip liner or anything because I actually feel like this one, this particular lipstick applies really, really well without one. Okay, so this is the entire finished look. I hope you guys like it. Please let me know if there's anything you would like to see next on my channel. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified first of when I post a video, just go ahead and click that little notification bell. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.